Hi guys. This is going to take the place of the Sunday show I didn't make this weekend. But we've had an incident, as you can tell from the title. So, Tim was at Atlantic City on a weekend with his fiance, Kelly. And they were going out for a late dinner. And when they got to the parking lot, there were two men and a girl, and one of the men was beating the shit out of the girl and just punching her. So, of course, like anybody else, you know, Tim gets out of the car with Kelly and they both start saying like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, stop it. Get the fuck off her. All that stuff that anybody would say walking into that situation. Anybody would say those words. But not everybody back them up. I talk a lot about chivalry and bravery and all the ways that we should be walking, or like that at least I try to walk my path in life as chivalrous. And part of that is being brave. And being brave doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means that even though you're afraid, you take certain actions. And this weekend, my best friend Tim took those actions. He got involved more than yelling. Kelly got involved more than yelling. And for that, for getting involved and trying to stop it, Tim said at one point this guy hit this girl so hard that the sound made him physically sick to his stomach. He was beating the hell out of her. And Tim doesn't know why or care. It was just some big guy beating up a girl. That's all that mattered to him. And so there was a bouncer there. There was all kinds of people in the restaurant that knew what was going on and did nothing. They did nothing about it. But Tim couldn't stand by. He couldn't just stand by and wait for the cops. Because that's, you know, he went in and said, call the cops. And they said, we did call the cops. And the cops are on the way. But in the meantime, this girl's getting pummeled outside. So they split up and Kelly went to get a license plate. And Tim went after the guy. And Kelly got shoved to the ground hard. She's okay. But not Tim. People were screaming, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. And it didn't matter. The guy pulled the gun out and smashed Tim in the eye with it. Here's a picture. Tim's eye is dilated and it hasn't been able to constrict back down, so all the light comes in. It's like hurting him. He's got stitches in his head. The guy knocked him out with the hit, and then pistol whipped him. He's got stitches, staples, whatever in his head. His neck's fucked up, and his eye, he might not get his vision back. He was in the hospital this weekend. He just got home. Point is that he did exactly what a lot of us say we would do, but he kept going. He didn't stop at like calling the police and letting them handle it. Like he, you know, because in the meantime, a girl was getting beat. And he put himself aside. That's like a hero, right? I mean, I'm really proud of him for that. I'm proud that he did that. Because like I said, being a hero or being brave doesn't have anything to do with not being afraid. You can be scared to death, but what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? So, he's hurt. He's hurt pretty bad. And this will take a long time to heal. If it does, you know, we don't know about his sight yet. And I would imagine the mental scars from this will go on for a really long time. But it doesn't matter. He did the right thing. He did what all those people who were all around there wouldn't. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't take action. He took action. I think that's a hero. So I looked. I went to the internet and I looked all through, because surely somebody would think the way I was thinking. Surely some reporter somewhere would say, well, instead of focusing on the drug dealers and the murderers, this guy, like, did something astonishing. He got involved. He did the right thing. He was chivalrous. He walked with honor. I haven't seen a thing. It's a shame the way we look at things, you know, because this should be honored in my view. Tim's been my friend, my best friend for over 20 years. And I'm so proud of him. And I hope that if I was called to the same thing, I would do the same thing. I would walk in the middle. I would get involved. Some people say, wow, you're so dumb to get involved. Look what he got out of it. And it doesn't matter. You got to live with yourself. What if the guy killed the girl? It doesn't matter. That's the point. That's the point of living a chivalrous life, is that that's not the important part. The important part is that you can look yourself in the, in the face, in the mirror, and say, well, I did everything I could, If everybody would just learn to live like that, to feel like that, to think like that. Think of how different everyday life would be. Everyday life. Nobody'd go hungry. There's no need for anybody to go hungry. If you look at it on that scale, on that little one incident, and just blossom it out, can you imagine? Today's Memorial Day. This is the day we're supposed to honor all the men and women who died for our country and our freedom. I've never been so disappointed in my nation before in my life. But I'll tell you what, every single one of those souls, every single one of those people that lost their life for my freedom, I appreciate it. I not only appreciate it, I honor it, I value it. They are heroes. That's what we should be doing today. Because they did something extraordinary. For something that was bigger. They walked that honorable path. And maybe not for an honorable cause. Because the people that put wars together are not honorable men a lot of the times. But they fought for their cause. They fought for their country. And they lost the most precious gift of life. Heroes. Try it. Try just a little bit to bring some chivalry into your life. If you aren't now, and maybe you are, try it. Try giving it up for somebody first. Don't look for acclaim. Tim didn't do it to get in the paper because it didn't work. It wouldn't have worked anyway. Nobody even bothered because that's not sensational enough, But to me, he's a hero. And to me, Kelly's a hero. They got right in there. I would have done the same thing. I hope. You don't know until it happens, but I absolutely hope and pray I would have done the same thing. Just gotten in the middle of it, tried to stop it, even if it meant I got hurt. So I love you, Tim. And I'm very proud of you. And living a chivalrous life doesn't mean that you never get angry or like have road rage or treat somebody petty, or it doesn't make you a perfect person. It means that you're walking in a way to try and be honorable, to try and bring, it's always a learning curve. It's, nobody achieves perfection. But if you're trying, can you imagine Imagine what this world would be like. Imagine the utopia we could live in. And it starts with each and every one of us. It really does. It starts with Tim walking into a bad situation and putting his own safety aside and saying, no, this is wrong. Let me do what I can to help. That's all it takes. So go walk with honor. Bring chivalry into your life. And everybody around you will try to match it. I really believe that. I think if one person is behaving honorably, another one will see that. You're an example of it. And that brings it out. You know, it brings it out in everybody. And let's build on that. Let's build on that. Thank you, Tim. I love you. So glad you're in my life. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And my heart goes out for all of the people that lost their lives, either fighting for our freedom or the ones left behind that have to mourn for their loved ones. I'm thinking about you today, too. I think I'm going to light a candle for all those people.